What's up, guys? Today is the day. I'm not gonna do the intro now because Kim's busy and she'll make fun of me or yell at me or something mean, because that's what she does. But you know what? On this episode of Down South Off-Road and Outdoor, guys, it's the day. We're gonna be putting in our new sleeping platform. So Kim's back there getting pictures for plans, because guess what? We listened to you the first time when you kept asking for measurements and plans. We're gonna have plans for these. Right, babe?
Yeah.
Just look at the camera once, woo! And this is all built by Daryl. So remember, when you buy these plans, you're supporting these three, and we're awesome. Stay tuned, guys. Give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes. All right, guys, as Daryl has been test fitting this fridge, he made a mock-up, and damn, he did a swell job, thanks to those online dimensions. So just to show you, this fridge is gonna sit under that hole, and that will soon be a trap door.
This is the refrigerator side.
So guys, what we're doing is they're writing down every measurement of every individual piece so that we can get some CAD drawings done. What are you showing us?
So you guys may notice that we have several of these pieces that are polyurethane and natural wood on one side, and then several areas that we have gone with a rhino lining. Now, the reason that we've done that, the rhino lining is to help to protect the wood from moisture and from wetness, to try to provide us with some protection there. But one of the things that Dad, Daryl, brought to our attention is that you know, this panel or this platform's all going to be black, and if we're out on the trail and it's really dark, it's going to be difficult for us to see inside certain areas. So what he's done is the areas that we're going to be navigating in, then he has left it natural and polyurethane so it would light up the space, and we've also put lighting in those areas. So so he thought ahead on that. I didn't think of that, so good job there, and something to think about when you're putting these pieces together.
Yep. And then we have those LED strips, and we'll put a link, an Amazon affiliate link to those for you.
All right, so what we're doing now is removing the rear passenger seats for this new platform. If you intend on using your seats, obviously this is not a good setup for you, but we have realized in the 2 years that we've had Bella that we've only used the back seats a couple of times. So time to go ahead and do that back seat delete for this new platform.
So the first step in getting your seats out, apparently, is using a breaker bar and busting these bolts loose. So this will be the last time that Bella has a back seat.
Put him to work. How's it going, babe?
It's a long fucking bolt.
That's what she said.
We're gonna run all these bolts back down so that the hole is full, and you don't just have a hole to the outside.
Two bolts here that hold on the back wall. You get that other?
I got that one out. Yeah. So I just need to do it on this side now. Let's use some lights. So there's a center bolt here that's holding your seat belts down. You got to take that out before you can pull these. Oh, son of a bitch. I was premature on that decision.
It's all yours.
So we went back and we're putting in all of the bolts that we removed to take the seats out to fill these holes, and also so that we don't have to keep up with them if we ever decide we want to put the seats back in here. We shot PB Blaster in all these holes, and as you can see, it makes this so much easier to turn. So do that.
All right, so now we're gonna pull the rest of the seatbelt off, and let's take a look and see what's back in there.
This little cover, it just snaps right off. That's all there is to it.
And then you see that we got a big Torx bit, and we're gonna need to pull that off.
Dang.
And that all stays together in one piece, so we'll put this back on.
And just so y'all know, we have not had a discussion as to how we're gonna put this
No, we have not.
I think
back together. So what we've decided to do is the seat belt, it will not go back down into the bottom of the compartment there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll it up nice and tight, and we're gonna zip tie it to the roll bar, because we just haven't made a decision yet if we want to permanently remove those seat belts. So now we're just gonna zip tie it up, and then we'll make a decision at a later date if they get in the way. All right, so our solution was just to roll it up nice and tight and zip tie it around the roll bar.
We'll see how that holds up on the trail.
So we finally have the Jeep prepared for the installation of the platform. We have the trunk piece, the floor piece has to be in there because we need this flat surface. The seat belts have been tied back or removed, whichever you prefer. And then the rear seats have been completely removed. We've put the bolts back in so that the holes are filled and our plugs are also in. So now we've got our nice flat base to get ready to start installing the platform itself.
So this is the most complicated part of this entire install probably, and it's also the most expensive. These hinges are like $150. I think they support 300 pounds. We'll leave a link in the description below for these. But when you're doing these, you really need to pay attention to which side these slides go on, because one side will lock in a certain direction and one side will not. So because of the way these are designed, it looks like they're only made for one side to lock when it's all the way extended. But
If I could add, when you order them and you get them, they do not come with any instructions whatsoever.
so you're gonna have to figure this out or watch this super helpful informational video on YouTube. So it doesn't come with the screws that go in because they don't know how many you're gonna use, but if you wanna get the entire strength of what these things can hold, Daryl recommends putting a screw in every single hole. So here we go, it's screw time.
Let me get to one of the very back.
They got this nice little open spot here so you can get to it.
Toothpick tightened them up, man.
Yeah, sure did. I don't know what you're talking about. We never had to do this. This is our first time doing it. This is our first time doing this, guys. We haven't messed up like 35 other times.
There are no blooper reels.
One take, baby. Yeah, so once you start screwing these in, you'll just have to kind of slide this slide down so that you can get to each individual screw. So I think they're all done, right?
Yep.
All right, that's all of those. Yeah. So guys, when you're test fitting, we've had to drill these holes a couple times. We've had to run screws in them a couple times. And so we don't want it to be loosey-goosey now that we've got our test fitting done. So we're taking toothpicks and breaking them off in the holes. That gives the screw something to bite into. So we've spent a lot of time doing this. And what we've realized now is that, you see, we've got the slide attached to the drawer section first. It really needs to be attached to the support section first. So he's taking off all these screws that he just put in, and we're gonna have to put it on this part first. You definitely need a helper for this.
Yeah. back.
Now this next piece is going to be a pretty tight fit.
We can go to the other end.
We're not there yet. Slide that drawer to the middle. Oh, we're good. We're good.
Ah, ha, ha.
Pull this drawer back over here. Slide the drawer that way. That's good. You're good.
If you're wondering, in the rear, when you get this kit, you're gonna see that there's no real measurements for fitting in the back. And it's for a couple different reasons. A couple different Jeeps are made different ways. So we just trimmed away and kept trimming until it fit ours perfectly. So now you can see there's no side-to-side play in that. So if you don't have a subwoofer in the back of your Jeep, you wouldn't have to have this big indentation cut out. You could probably go straight back and it would probably look just like this side. But that's fucking tight.
Give me the shake again, baby.
That's the shake. It doesn't budge. You just watching, are you watching my titties bounce?
Maybe.
Is that what you're doing?
Do it again. Do
Nope.
it again.
No, no. Loser.
So now when you install this center wall, you need to make sure that it's centered. Now we've already pre-drilled our holes for this testing, but you want to be sure that when you drill those holes that it hits right inside this center bracket or this center brace. So the next pieces that we are putting together, these we have referred to as the front. This is the front and middle panels, and these are going to form the front section, the front storage section, which will be our trapdoors, where the refrigerator and our storage goes.
And these are important because you see me, I'm shaped like Buddha. So these are also going to be supports so that it's going to hold my fat ass up. Because remember, we're not just using this platform for storage. We're going to put a mattress on top, and that's where we're going to be sleeping. So this has to be strong.
Now we've had a custom box made for ours. With these plans, you're going to have the dimensions for the custom box if you want to use it. You don't have to, but this custom box and these pre-drilled holes that he has are going to be to house our Blue Eddy. That's where the Blue Eddy is going to be stored, and then the extra holes that we have here are going to be to provide us with ventilation for the fans. So as you can see, this just kind of fits nice and tight right inside those walls. The reason we didn't go with a different product and we had this custom built is because I want to be able to, I want my build to work for me. I don't want to fit to someone else's build. So when we put this together, we talked about these additional holes, and these are all pre-drilled. And the reason they're here is so that we can actually access the Blue Eddy from the front of the Jeep. So this is the front. This is the part that's going to be that's going to be facing the front of the Jeep where our seats are. So if the Blue Eddy is here and we need an extra port to plug in for power, we can go through this hole, and the Blue Eddy will be right there for us to do that. This is also ventilation holes for the Blue Eddy so that the Blue Eddy can breathe with the fans. And then if you'll come on around here, they can see again how the rack is going to
cool
sit in
that
there.
is.
And then again the ventilation holes that you're going to have for that. And then we're also we haven't got there yet, but there's also going to be a strap that's going to go here so that the Blue Eddy can't bounce out or slide off of that space.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
You have to go down so then also there's going to be a refrigerator on the other side, and as you can see right there is the hole that is going to have the cable run from it that will then now come up and plug into the Blue Eddy. So that's how we're going to power, keep the refrigerator powered while we're on the trail.
Nice. Big D, you killed it.
Awesome. Let's get the rest of it put in. So now you can see he's putting in the wall. This is the passenger side. This is the part that's going to be behind the passenger seat. And again, there's going to be a trap door to close it in, but this will be the wall that you see when you open up the passenger side door. So now the reason that we have an opening here on the driver's side, you notice that we put a wall up on the passenger side, but the driver's side, that is where our refrigerator is going to sit, is right inside that space. And then this is what it's going to look like on the passenger side as he gets it bolted in. And there's our little storage compartment.
Important thing is you could actually probably have came out to here with this back wall,
Yeah,
is what he's saying.
to definitely give you some more support or to close that area in. I personally am not upset about that because we're always stashing stuff in little corners and holes. So that's going to be a perfect place for us to just stash additional stuff. If that had come all the way out to the corner, then that would have been lost space. So again, this is a prototype, and if you're making your own build, use some just some common sense to kind of make some changes if you need to. So now we have the trapdoors, and what he's used here is a piano hinge on these trapdoors, and then he has bored holes with paracord as the handles. Now you can use any kind of handles that you want, any kind of hardware. That just works really well for us. Again, we're going to be sleeping on top of this, so we don't want anything to be real heavy that we're going to be laying on top of. So just like that.
Just
Pretty
like so.
amazing. Pretty amazing. So that's going to hold that up, and nice. All right, let's get those screwed in. Then close the trap door.
So that's fun.
Come back and push.
Nice.
Now what we can
Trap.
do
Close the trap door.
is get some foam.
So another little custom thing that we've done is he's built this circuit box, and this is going to have switches and plugs, and we've got all the cables run out of it, and now we're going to hook up lights. I don't know if you guys had seen, but we have some LED lights up under there, and that's under here and in the drawer, and the box is going to go for that. The other cool thing is it will give us a place to charge our phones, and it's going to get set up in here somehow. We haven't figured all that out just yet, but I'm sure there'll be a video on that. So if you're watching this video, kind of look around to see the video for the electrical stuff, and we'll talk about it when we do a full walk around once we're actually in and using the platform. All right, so we have the drawer installed, and there are a couple other little cool features that Dad put in here is that you guys may have noticed this little slot here, and that is going to be for a slide-in table. Now he put this dummy ring or this dummy line on here to tell me, hey, don't pull it any further than this. So that's what the line's for. So this is going to go straight on in. Now the next cool thing is that he also made like a cutting block or just an extra
Junk hider.
a prep area. So when you pull up on this drawer, this will sit right on top nice and neat. So let me show you how the whole thing comes together now.
All right.
These awesome slides lock so that it's not coming in and out while we're driving. Pull up on it, open it up.
Pull like you mean it for that second lock.
Then it's got this nice little cover, which is going to be It's going to be a prep station as well, so that we'll have all the space here for our kitchen. And then
Boom.
this will be for our stove top. So we're moving away from our current stove, and we are going to be getting a jet boil. Is it a jet boil?
Yep, it's a jet boil.
Yeah, the jet boil, the double eyes, so that's going to be coming. So again, stay tuned because we're going to have a full walk around video with it actually being out in the field in the next few weeks. So yeah, it's a wonderful little setup. Again, push it in, got the slide.
And you got to push it in.
Right? And then
and it's locked, so you can't pull it out now.
So go ahead. Then we have what we call the garage, and that again is going to be extra storage space. This will be where we put things like our chairs, our pop-up pit, our tables, anything of that nature. So that's going to be the garage of the setup.
And again, remember, we've got lights, LED lights. We haven't wired those in yet, but we have lights on both sides. So when we're out on the trail in the dark, that's not just a giant dark cavern right there. We'll be able to see everything that's in there. Is that it, babe?
Let me show you the storage space now too.
All right.
So on the passenger side is where we have the storage area. This is just going to be kind of a catch-all. We all have that space, which is a catch-all, and so we haven't decided everything that we're going to put in this space. However, on this side is where our blue Eddy will be housed. So you can see that in there. We've got the holes here to be able to access that from the front if we have something that we need to plug in. So, like I said, this is just going to be extra storage. We'll probably put some recovery gear in there, maybe things of that nature.
Got to have flashlights in there. Hammock. I don't know what in the hell all that is. We're probably going to throw some of that away.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
it's basically just a big pit hole.
Big cavern.
Just a big hole. So again, we'll kind of work out the details of that as we get out on the trail and kind of fill out the rest of the build. So.
All right, let's go to the other side.
But now I'm going to show you our refrigerator. So we keep this side open. You notice the other side had a wall. This side we're keeping open so that the refrigerator can breathe and operate properly. But here is where we have the other trap door. It just pops right open. And then our Bouge RV refrigerator was, we chose this size specifically for this build. And now we have our refrigerator and we don't have to use a cooler. And it's all enclosed. It's not going to have to sit out in the rain. So that's
nice.
exciting.
So it's going to be super neat, guys, to be able to sleep and leave our bed made and not have to put all our stuff in and out every single day. And the stuff just gets so wet and muddy on some of these long trips. So as you know, we're preparing to go out west in August. This is going to be perfect. Me? All right, I'll go.
Sure.
I'll go. All right, guys. So that was our install of our new custom designed sleeping platform. Can I call it the Big D sleeping platform?
Sure.
All right, because her dad's name is Daryl and he's Big D. So this is a Big D sleeping platform, and you don't sleep better than you do when you're sleeping on a Big D, right? Was that okay?
That's okay. Totally okay.
Can we go with that?
So so yeah, check out the video. The hope is that we will have plans to be able to offer you guys so that you can build your own platform, and they'll just be rough drawings. So just stay tuned for that. Check in with us in a few months if you're watching this video, or a few weeks, and hopefully we'll have that. And then we hope to do a full walk around video with it. Yeah, once we get the mattress and get us all packed up, and we'll do a full walk around on the actual trail in a few weeks.
So guys, if you can, do me a favor, like, subscribe, ring the bell. But most importantly, can you let me know what you think about the Big D in the back of Bella in the comments? Get it? You didn't get it?
I got it.
Big D in the back of...
I got it.
Let me know what you think about the Big D in Bella's backside.
Bye, guys.
What's up, guys? We are doing a shakedown run of our new platform. We're out here with Spartan Overland, so we'll see how we sleep tonight. Kim is getting to play with her brand new jet boil stove. What do you think, babe?
I think I'm gonna like it.
Think it's great?
It's gonna take me a minute to adjust to, but I think I'm
So
gonna like
guys, the reason we switched to the jet boil is because all of our kitchen stuff has to fit in this little container now. So this thing is just narrow enough to make that happen. And then of course, we've got our Ironman 4x4 8x8 awning with the room.